If you're anything like me, then you've been watching a lot of YouTube videos on what kind of businesses to start online, how to make money online, what kind of skills you need to make money. And there's a lot of videos out there, but there's not a lot of videos talking about the life lessons and the business lessons people learn after pursuing entrepreneurship for like a year or two. So that's exactly what I'm going to talk about in this video. If we're just meeting, hi, I'm Ansh, I'm 22 years old. I've been an entrepreneur for the past year. I'm building a startup called Roam, which is a one-stop shop solution for international student services where we aggregate all the resources you need to start your life in the US. I wrote down like 5 life/business lessons that I've learned in the past year, so let's jump right into it. Number 1, your business grows at the rate at which you grow. You have to understand that in its most simple form, in its core form, a business is nothing but a few people who have an idea of changing the world in a particular way that come together, start a company, open up a website, put up a few videos on social media in 2025 at least, and that's pretty much it. You are the foundation of the business at the very start of it because you are the person who's starting it. You're the founder, you're the co-founder. And as the foundation of the business, it is your responsibility to grow so that the business grows. And here's an example. When you have a lot on your plate, when you're doing everything at the start of the company, you're probably going to realize that you need to delegate some of the work. You need to hire somebody. And that's going to be difficult for you because it was difficult for me as well. For example, I had to hire a video editor back in November and December because I knew that I couldn't edit all the videos for my startup's Instagram channel, which I was doing anymore because it was just taking way too long and I could be doing other things, more high impact things. And I delayed that hiring decision by at least 2 months because I was not ready to accept the fact that somebody could do this better than me and somebody could probably spend less time doing this than I was spending. And eventually, when I did muster up the balls to make that decision, it was one of the best decisions I made because hiring my video editor has sped up our processes by so much and has allowed us to push out so much more content and grow even faster. That's exactly what I want to address with this point, is that if you are not willing to change, if you are not willing to grow and realize where you might be lacking in the way you operate, in your habits, in the way you think, then your business is probably not going to grow as well. If you're not comfortable spending money, if you're not comfortable handing out tasks to other people, then there's only so much you can do for your business. So your business grows at the rate at which you grow. Number 2, uncertainty is the name of the game. Uncertainty equals entrepreneurship. The truth is, most startups fail. Most businesses fail. You don't know if you're going to be successful. You don't know if you're going to make the money that you think you're going to make. You don't know if you're going to get the user growth that you're going to get unless you obviously put in the work. There's product market fit. Your product is actually useful. All of that. So there is a lot of uncertainty as opposed to if you were working a normal job, you're given tasks, you go to the same place at the same time and you talk to the same kind of people and you know what you need to do to keep that job. But with entrepreneurship, you have to keep giving yourself tasks and things to work on because there's nobody telling you what to do. And that makes the whole process very uncertain. There are a lot of days that I wake up feeling pretty uncertain about where Rome is going, whether we're going to make it, whether our vision is going to be fulfilled. And I have to constantly remind myself that this is simply the name of the game. This is a very normal thing that you're experiencing, being uncertain about your business, where you're going. You just have to sort of ride the wave, and it can be very grueling and it can be very anxiety provoking, but it is okay and it probably means that you're on the right track. Number 3, you need a strong team. Ideally, your co-founders should have skills that you don't have. For example, with Rome, we are 3 co-founders. There's the CEO, I'm the CGO, and the CTO. The CTO and CGO do completely different things. What Adler, who's the CTO, does is something that I don't even understand, quite frankly speaking. And that's okay because he's really good at what he does. And what I do, I don't think he can do because we just have different skill sets. And what Krish does is like more relationship building, relationship nurturing, make sure the business stuff is right. He's the CEO. And I can't really do that because I don't have that skill set yet. And that really works well for us. We have specific knowledge in each of our domains of expertise, if you may, that allows us to grow the business in a comprehensive manner. Instead of one area of the business growing, like growth or the business side or the tech, every single thing is slowly growing, which is really important for the growth of any single business. So your team needs to be really strong and you need to be able to rely on your team when shit goes wrong, when shit hits the fan, when you're not feeling well, when you're feeling overwhelmed. You need to have a strong line of communication with your co-founders and with your team, communicating that, hey man, this is not going well, I need some feedback, I need to improve, how can I do this better? And they need to be able to give you strategic and reasonable feedback. Otherwise, you're sort of just like swimming in dark waters and you don't really know what you're doing. So that's why you need to be able to rely on your team and make sure that they have a skill set that is differing from yours so that you can grow your business in a comprehensive manner. Number 4, and this is a bit more philosophical, but you need to think of yourself and your business as a vessel. The reason a business exists is to solve a problem for a set group of people. Starting a business is inherently, ideally, a good thing. It's an altruistic activity because you're helping people better their lives. Now, if you think of yourself as a vessel through which you can help people's lives, then it makes the whole process a bit more easier because you're able to detach yourself from the business and the things that you do and the content that you put out, because it can get very personal because you're putting so much of yourself into it. But if you think of yourself as a vessel and your business as a vessel through which you can do good in this world, then it makes things a bit more easier. And yes, making money is also a point of the business, but money is the byproduct of a job well done. If you do a good job with your business, if your product is good enough, if your service is good enough, if your website attracts enough customers, money will come. So you need to make sure all of those things are in place before you start thinking about money, in my opinion. And the reason I like thinking of my business and myself as a vessel is because the more I pour into myself, the more I'm able to pour into the business, and ultimately the more I'm able to help other people and impact other people's lives. So it's a really nice mindset shift. And last but not the least is you need better systems. You have goals for your business. You want to hit $1 million in revenue by the end of 2025. You want to have 100,000 customers, but all of those goals really mean nothing if you don't have ways to achieve them, if you don't have proper systems set in place. And I really learned this the hard way, because you can brute force yourself into making more content, into having more user growth, but at some point that growth is going to slow down because you don't have proper systems to back up those goals that you have for yourself. And as we all know this quote, you probably have heard it by James Clear in Atomic Habits, you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. So you really need to think about your inputs, the processes, and what kind of output you expect. And if you don't have operations of procedure for every single thing that you're doing, then it's not going to be scalable. And this is a lesson that I'm still learning. It's not like I have systems built up for everything, but I'm slowly understanding how to break my goals down into achievable inputs, processes, and then an output, the goal, and build a system around that, because I know that it'll be helpful for me in the long term and also help our business out. But yeah, that's all for today. Those are 5 life/business lessons I've learned pursuing entrepreneurship as a 22-year-old. There's obviously a lot more that I've learned. If there's anything you'd like me to talk about in future videos, let me know. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.